Hello everyone, welcome to the economics class of first PUC. I am Suma, economics lecturer, Gopalswamy PU College, Mysore. In today's session of the lesson employment under the Indian economic development, let us discuss about the topic of informalization of Indian workforce. So, in continuation with the topics that were dealt with in the previous sessions, today we will continue with learning about what is informalization, why is it being practicing to a greater extent in these days. So, now let us see what is the formal sector and the informal sector. A formal sector is an organized sector. Here both the public sector enterprises as well as the private sector enterprises are active, and these are one which have hired more than 10 workers. An informal sector is an unorganized sector which includes both the private sector enterprises as well as the public sector enterprises which have hired less than 10 workers. So, there is a greater difference between the formal sector as well as the informal sector also. The informal sector is suffering from social insecurity and other benefits, wherein the formal sector is providing the social security benefits to its employees. So, now let us see what is informalization. Informalization is a situation of decline in the workforce in the formal sector and increase in the workforce in the informal sector. Of late, recently, everywhere you can see the availability of jobs for the job seekers in the informal sectors only. The number of jobs that are available in the informal sector is more compared to the formal sector. The people are preferring to go to the informal sector because of the opportunities that are existent in that sector when compared with the formal sector. The causes for this switchover is because of many reasons. The first and foremost cause for the informalization of the jobs is that labor market rigidities. So, everywhere the labor market is very rigid and most of the industries are being controlled by different types of trade unions. Some of the industries are controlled by the politician of that particular area, and even the laborers who are working in those industries are adhered to the instructions of these politicians as well as the people who have taken the industries into their control. So, there are lots of trade union activities are being taken place. So, therefore, people prefer to go to the informal sector because they think that their interests are safeguarded and they will find a social security benefit in that. But even social security benefits are absent in the informal sector also. It is providing a greater number of employment, and therefore people are attracted towards the informal sectors only in these days. The second cause is that increasing competition. Everywhere there is competition is seen in the informal sector of employment. So, since there is a lot of competition that is existent in this area, people prefer to go for jobs which are offering them higher payments or higher salaries. Anyhow, in these informal sectors, even after working for 10 years, 20 years also, many of they are not getting the employee provident fund benefits or the maternity leave benefits or any other benefits that are available to the employees of formal sector. So, therefore, since to go for higher salaries, since they have traced an opportunity here in this informal sector to grow more, and if the more input they provide in terms of labor, the more income is being sought in this area. Therefore, people are preferring to go for informalized sector only. The third one is jobless growth. In these days, in every economy we are finding this. Jobless growth is because of the lack of opportunities in the formal sector, because of the introduction of latest technological equipments. So everywhere growth is being seen, the GDP is increasing, the economical growth is happening, the welfare of the society as well as the economic welfare of the country is also being seen, but it is done through jobless growth, that they are not offering jobs, but the country's economy is growing. This is due to the assistance of equipments, that is the machineries. So whatever 10 persons could do is being done by one person, and therefore these 10 persons are being unemployed in these days. So this is again one among the causes for not preferring the formal sector. So in every organization you cannot find the availability of the machineries or the technical equipments, and every industry or firm cannot afford to it. So therefore they are still dependent on the manual labor only, and these manual labors are being provided with an opportunity to work, and therefore they can fetch some earning to their families. So therefore again informal sector is being active, very active compared to the formal sector. You all know that there are three sectors in an economy. The first one is primary sector, the second one is secondary sector, and the third one is tertiary sector. The primary sector includes all the employment activities that are undertaken through the agricultural or mining activities, or with the assistance of natural resources available in that area, wherein the secondary industries are those who convert these agro products or any other products from raw material to finished products. So these are into the transformation of raw materials into semi-finished as well as finished product, and therefore secondary sector is also very active. And the tertiary sector is there. Tertiary sector is the major service provider to the country, and these service providing agencies are today contributing to a greater extent to the economy of our country. So other than primary sector and the secondary sector, today tertiary sector is the major backbone of the GDP. So it is supporting with a lot of contribution to the economy of our country. So let's come back to the topic of the informalization. The primary sector is the one sector which is providing jobs to 49% of the population. You all know that India is an agrarian country in which 75% of the population is either directly or indirectly connected with the agricultural activities. So being an agrarian country, the primary sector, which is a sector related to the agricultural activities, houses 49% of the population of our country. Next one is secondary sector. Only 24% of the jobs are being seen in this area, that is secondary sector provides jobs to only 24% of the people who are in need of it, and the tertiary sector provides 27% of jobs to the people, but this 27% is contributing more to the GDP than the 49% that is being provided by the primary sector. This service sector or the tertiary sector activities are innumerous, and India today being emerging itself as the second largest economy of Asia has traced itself as the biggest or the largest service provider of the world. All these logistics activities are being undertaken in these days to a larger extent, and all kinds of services related to the transportation, communication, housing, health and education, as well as the urban housing and the rural housing projects are all being undertaken by these service providers. Therefore, today a new word has emerged called as BPOs, that is business process outsourcing, as well as KPOs, knowledge process outsourcing. Through the help of these BPOs and the KPOs, Indian economy is earning a major portion of its GDP. Almost all the service sectors are into the informalized area only, or into informal sectors only. You can see people who are working in construction activities or in the construction industries, people who are into the manufacturing industries, those who come to the urban areas, the rural people who come to urban areas in search of the job or employment. Maybe they are literate or illiterate or educated or undereducated, they wish to seek a job in an informal sector, that is in an industry, and these days industries are also not catering to the needs, because this is all due to the overpopulation, that is the burden of overpopulation is dragging the development of our country, and again people are even wishing to find a job in all these tertiary sectors. Today the economy has been totally changed because of the entry of these new types of markets. So people who are willing to work here also, the number of people who are finding jobs in these new types of markets, that is mall culture or chain of malls, there also people are finding lots of job opportunities. So everywhere the informalized workers, the number of informal workers are only more in these days. Now let us see about the percentage of people who are working in the formal sector. The percentage of people who are into the formal sector is just 6% out of the total number of workers in our country. So a major portion, that is 94% of the workers in our country belong to the informal sector, and again these informal sectors are suffering with different types of problems. So you all know that under this both formal sector and informal sector, the women are also contributing to a greater extent. There is a major contribution of the female sectors also in these both sectors of employment. But these informal sector people, those who are working in the informal sector of employment, have greater problems when compared to the formal sector people, because these formal sector employed people enjoy the social security benefits which is completely absent in the informal sector. So therefore these informal sector need to be upgraded and modernized. So let us discuss about the problems that are existent in the informal sector. The first one is outdated technology. Many of the industries that are operating through the informal sector are now still practicing with the outdated technology. They are not upgrading themselves to the recent technological innovations and scientific growth. Therefore, this outdated technology is not working well, and their contribution to the GDP or to the economy is also less, as well as the salary paid to the employees under this informal sector is also less. So therefore, the second one is the people who are working in the informal sector are still living in slums and in the low graded areas. This lack of proper housing facility is also one major problem that is being faced by the informal sector employees. The third one is dismissal of a worker from the job without compensation. So here in the informal sector there is always a fear of losing the job, because the person who is working to the informal sector, if he loses his competence and credibility once, he will be thrown out of the job without any kind of compensation. Even after working for 20-30 years also, he should come back to the house with an empty hand. The fourth one is irregular income. In this, particularly when we discussed about the primary sector, where 49% of the Indian workers are engaged into, there is no regular income for all the 12 months. So because it is a seasonal activity, most of the months in a year and most of the hours in a day will be kept unemployed by these employees. So there is no regular income in this informal sector. So that should be attended by the labor organizations and also the labor department of our country. The last one is lack of modernization. There is a lack of modernization in the industries of these informal sectors. So the government of India should take care of these informal sector employees, and because of the contributions of these informal sector employees in the tertiary sector, the development or growth is being seen in the GDP. Therefore, it is the utmost duty of the Government of India to support the employees who are working under the informal sector of our country, and it should support the economy, and it also help them to upgrade their financial situation. So with this I conclude this session. In our next session, let us discuss about other topics of the same lesson. Thank you.